do you have?
A cone.
A cone. Can you hold it up close to the camera? Tell us about your cone, Lena.
And
Is that an ice cream cone?
yes,
Is it a real ice cream cone or like a toy ice cream cone?
a toy.
Cool. I see. Do you want to share? Did you have something else you wanted to share?
No.
No. Thank you for sharing your cone. Did anybody else find a 3D shape somewhere in their house that they would like to share? Wave at the camera if you would like to share. Diego, are you waving? Oops, where did Diego go?
Anybody?
You can't see anybody?
No.
Is your video on?
Yes.
Can you see me?
No.
Can you see the screen that says share?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's all you need to see. Did you have a 3D shape you wanted to share?
Yeah.
Go ahead and share it.
It's a triangle.
Can you hold it up to the camera so we can see it?
You can't even fit this.
Oh, cool. That is neat. Thank you for sharing. Frank, would you like to share? Go ahead.
I got a cylinder.
A cylinder. Can you hold it up so we can see it in the camera? Ooh, what is that cylinder?
A speaker.
Oh, that is cool. That is a perfect cylinder. What a good find in your house. Thank you for sharing. Hugh, what shape would you like to share?
I couldn't decide, so I'll share two.
Okay.
The first one is called I found spheres.
Ooh, tell us about your spheres.
These spheres are not ordinary spheres, they're toys.
Oh, very cool.
I'll show you why they are toys.
Okay.
See this magnet?
Yes.
When you attach it to them, they turn into creatures.
Oh, cool.
And my other one is a cone.
Oh, is that a Hershey Kiss?
Yes.
That's a great example of a cone. It has one point and a circle face. I like Hershey Kisses. Thank you for sharing. Did anybody else want to share? Eileen, did you want to share? Is your hand raised?
No.
No. Hyundai or Michael, you're raising your hand again? Yes, Michael?
Those magnets are for Bakugans. They're circles and creatures.
Cool. Thank you for
They're
sharing.
the same. You just play with them, and those magnets, and when they stand, you get a point.
Cool.
You make them all around them, you win.
Thank you for sharing. And Hyundai, did you want to add on?
Yeah, and there's also a round part that where they have like the thing that Hugh shared. It goes around. It actually goes like in the middle until it hits the magnet. It stands up into a creature.
Cool. Thank you for sharing. Okay, I don't think anyone else wants to share, so I think we are ready to move on. But remember, even if you didn't bring a 3D shape to morning meeting, I bet when you look around your house, you can find 3D shapes in many places. Most of the things we have around us are things like rectangular prisms, like boxes or books. Or you might see a lot of cylinders like cans or jars. Those are all examples of cylinders. So nice job sharing your 3D shapes. Good morning, Sage. Okay, so we are done with our share. 1, 2, 3, check. And now it's time for our activity. Today's activity is a brain pop video. And this brain pop video, thanks for being excited, Michael. This Brain Pop video is going to teach us about the parts of a clock. Yesterday in the math video on the website, you probably saw the teacher show you how to make a clock using a circle. And then she had these 2 arrows that she could move to turn the time on the clock. So we're gonna learn about those parts of a clock, and then we're gonna move on. Tomorrow, we're gonna start to use a clock to think about how to tell time. So let's learn a little bit more about what the parts of the clock are. You may already know this from the math video yesterday, or this might be new, but this is a fun way to learn a little bit more about the parts of the clock so you're ready to use it to tell time. Whoops. Okay, you ready? Let's learn about the parts of the clock. Nod your head if you can see the screen. No, you can't, Eileen. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Eileen, what about now? Great. Okay. Oops, sorry.
What you reading? You can't actually read a clock, Moby. Well, a clock doesn't tell you much of a story. It tells you the time. A clock doesn't actually talk. It just, well, what is a clock? I know that a clock is a tool that we use to measure time, just like we use tools to measure height. All clocks measure the same time, even if they look really different. This is the type of clock we have in our classroom. And I have my own clock in my bedroom. And there's a clock in our living room. Oh yeah, and Grandpop has a clock on his arm. A watch. I guess clocks can tell time in different ways. Well, Grandpop's watch is digital, and the time is written out in numbers. And Mr. Patchouli says the clock in our classroom is analog. You have to figure out the time by looking at the face. What is the face of a clock? The face of a clock is the part with the numbers on it. Like on this clock, the face is the white part. There are 12 numbers that go around the face of a clock. Just like there are 12 inches on a ruler or 12 months in a year. The 12 is always on the top, and the 6 is always on the bottom. But the face and numbers don't tell time by themselves. What do the hands on the clock do? The hands are the part of the clock that point to the numbers. I know they aren't really hands. That's just what they're called. The little hand is called the hour hand because it shows the hour. And the big hand is called the minute hand because it shows the minutes. While the minute hand goes all the way around the clock, the hour hand moves from one number to the next. So the hour hand moves slower than the minute hand. And the hands always move in one direction. It's called clockwise. No, the hands never go backwards. That's called counterclockwise. But check it out, Moby. There are clocks everywhere. I guess people need clocks to know the time. But why is time so important? Every morning, my alarm clock wakes me up for school. Come on, Moby, it's time to wake up. We don't want to be late. I know the bus comes at 8 o'clock, so we have to make sure we're at the bus stop before it comes. I guess time is important because we use it to plan the day. Moby, it's not time for lunch yet. There are a lot of times to remember, like our school starts at 8:30. Oh, and we have music at 2 o'clock. And I know the most important time of all, free time.
Okay, so hold on one second. That video taught us a little bit more about a clock, and we learned that there's two kinds of clocks. One kind of clock is a circle. Sometimes it can be a square, and it has numbers that go around, and it has little lines that move, and those are called the hands. There's another kind of clock, which you probably see a lot, like on my phone right here. Whoops, hold on. On my phone right here, there's the clock at the top. That's a digital clock, and a digital clock shows you the numbers. And just like the video said, it's really important that we know what time it is because people have things to do at different times. You might have a time you go to bed. Like at my house, Henry's bedtime is at 7 o'clock. So I know when the clock says 7, he's ready for bed. When we were at school, it was really important we knew what time it was because we had places we had to go at certain times in the day. Like we always went to our specials class when the clock said 10:30. We always went to recess when the clock said 11. Nope, when the clock said 12. So it was really important we know what time it is so we know where we need to be and so we can stay on top and make sure we're on time to things. So that video told you a little bit more about telling time. Your math video today on the website is going to teach you a little bit more about telling time. And then we're gonna start to use a clock in morning meeting to practice telling time by moving the hands and the hands around the face. Yes, Michael.
That a front is like a clock.
You're right. So make sure you're watching the math movies or videos on the website because they're gonna be teaching you a little bit more about telling time. Telling time on a digital clock is pretty easy if you already know the numbers, which you guys do. Like when I look at my clock right now and I see there's a 10:17, I know that it is 10 o'clock in the morning and 17 minutes past 10 o'clock. Looking at a face with the hands can be a little bit more challenging, but we're gonna start practicing how to do that more during our math videos and during morning meeting. Yes, Lena?
Well, it's not about a clock, but when I go on my iPad and we go to those,
we can't go to week 9.
We can't go in week 9. There's no way we can go inside in week 9, and
we can't.
I can send you the videos today, like I send you the Miss G videos. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now that we're done talking about our clock and watching our video, we are done with our activity. 1, 2, 3. Check. And now it is time for our message. So read along with me. You ready? Hold on one second. Here we go. May 19th, 2020. Good morning, friends. Today is Tuesday. Today we are learning at home. Let's practice our trick words. Love, Miss Harrington. So if you have been watching the Cooking Words with Miss G video, you've learned a lot of trick words recently. The other day we learned the word other, another, and friend. You should have learned 2 other words when you have been watching Cooking Words with Miss G. Does anybody know what other 2 trick words we've learned? Michael, are you waving?
Yeah, it's my happy birthday, nice days, 9.
Your birthday is coming up in 9 days. That's exciting. Thank you for sharing. Does anybody know what trick words you've been learning with Cooking Words with Miss G? You should have learned these 2 words. So let's practice these words. If you haven't watched those videos with Miss G, you need to make sure you're watching them so you are learning the important trick words you need to know for 2nd grade. Let's take a look at these words. We're going to practice them and then we'll think about how to use them in a sentence. The word at the top is the word none. None. This is not a word that you can sound out or that you can tap out. The O doesn't say O. It's not known, it's none. That's why it's a trick word. It's a word you just have to glue in your brain. So this is the word none. Yes, Paola? Wait, Diego?
None. I knew that word was none.
Great.
Nothing.
So let's practice the word none. Let's drum it. Ready? Here we go. N-O-N-E, none. Pick it off an apple tree. N-O-N-E, none. Good job, Michael. And let's lasso it. N-O-N-E, E, none. Good job, Hyundai and Eileen. The word none is something we can use, or a word we can use when we're talking about how much we might have of something. So you might say, I have a lot of apples, but or you might say, It's like you could say, none of the friends are at school today. Or none of my cupcakes are out of the oven. So none is another way to say nothing, or that we have none of something. Does anybody else have a sentence they could use with the word none? Elliot, what sentence can you use with the word none?
I have none.
I have none. Yeah, you could just say that. Somebody might say, how many bananas do you have? And you might say, I have none. If you say, I have none, how many do you have, Elliot?
I have 5 bananas.
Okay, you have 5 bananas, but Elliot, what if I say, I have none? If I say, I have none, how many does that mean I have?
0.
0. Nice job. Does anybody else want to try using the sentence with the word none? Stephen.
I have none. I have none to go outside.
Okay. You might say, none of those kids have shorts on today. So when you use the word none, you're talking about 0 of something. Let's look at this word down here. The word down here has parts of the word you should know. There's the glued sound, ing. There's the digraph, th. There is a trick word, no, and a trick word, not, if you look at the word closely. This is another word that we can't really tap out, so it's a word we need to glue in our brain. This is the word nothing. Nothing also means that there's nothing, or there's 0 of those things. So let's dribble a basketball. Ready? N-O-T-H-I-N-G, nothing. Let's eat an ice cream cone. N-O-T-H-I-N-G, nothing. And let's do Spider-Man. Ready? N-O-T-H-I-N-G, nothing. Your sentence might sound like this: I have nothing to eat in my fridge. That means there's nothing there. I have 0 things in my fridge, which isn't true, but that could be a way you could use the word nothing. Or maybe you could say, there's nothing to do. I'm bored. There's nothing to play with. Does anybody else have a sentence with the word nothing? Sage?
There's nothing I got for you.
There's nothing I got for you, or I got nothing for you. Does anybody else want to try the word nothing in a sentence? Elliot, is that your hand up?
Mm-hmm.
Go for it, Elliot.
I have nothing.
I have nothing. Anybody else want to try that word in a sentence? Diego?
I have nothing of bananas.
I have nothing. So you could say, I have no bananas, right?
I have no one.
I have no bananas. Hyundai? Hold on, Hyundai, you're not unmuted yet. There you go.
I have nothing in my hands.
I have nothing in my hands. Good job. These are words we use a lot, and both of these words mean that there is 0 of something. And both of these words are words that can't be sounded out. Like, this is not a long vowel silent E word, even though it looks like it. That's why we're learning it right now, because we've been learning how to practice words that have a long vowel silent E. But some words might look like they're words we can sound out, and they're really words we just need to memorize. So you'll be seeing these words when you practice cooking words with Miss G in her videos, okay? Now that we've practiced these trick words, we don't have many more trick words to learn before the end of first grade. So we'll be practicing these another day so we really learn them before we go to second grade. But right now we're done with our message. 1, 2, 3, check. And now it's time for our calendar. So yesterday we added the number 18 to the calendar. What number will we add today? Eileen?
19.
19, and today is Tuesday, so let's say our date together. Today is Tuesday, May 19th, 2020. Yesterday we were in school for 158 days. If we add a straw for today, how many days have we been in school? Lena?
159.
159. What's going to happen for school tomorrow with our days in school? Hyundai?
It's a new bundle.
It will be a new bundle. And what will our new number be, Hyundai?
60. 160.
160. Excellent. So we've been in school 159 days. Now let's take a look at our 10 frames and let's count by tens. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 151, 152, 153, 154, 155, 156, 157, 158, 159 days of first grade. Okay, now that we're done with our days in school, we are done with our calendar. 1, 2, 3, check. And now let's think about what we're going to be doing on the website today. You have 3 videos to watch, just like every day. Today's Read Aloud is one of my favorite books, and you probably read it at the very beginning of first grade. It's a book about a bat named Stella Luna. And Stella Luna gets lost from her mama bat, but she ends up meeting some nice owls. So you get to listen to the story called Stella Luna. In Cooking Up Words with Miss G, you're going to continue to practice all of the things you've been working on with words with a long vowel silent E and words that have suffixes like ED and ING. Make sure you're watching that because we're going to be marking some words tomorrow and you need to know how to mark these words to be ready to participate in morning meeting. In math, you're going to continue to look at an analog clock like the one that you can see on my screen right now. An analog clock is usually in the shape of a circle, and it's a clock that has numbers on around the edge, and it has 2 hands. And this is going to help you, this video will help you learn how to read an analog clock. So make sure you're watching those videos because they're teaching you really important things you need to know for tomorrow. And I'm really proud of some friends who spent time yesterday on Lexia, like Eileen, and on iReady, like Lena. And I'm super proud of friends who've been texting me pictures of their work that I've been able to put on the website, like Michael. So keep working really, really hard on doing all of the things you have to do. And I will see you tomorrow for morning meeting. I see some hands. Yes, Lena?
The book, is this book free?
What do you mean, is it free?
Because the yesterday book, it didn't work on my iPad and we had to do it on the computer and we had to buy it.
Oh, you should not have to buy any of these books. They should all be on YouTube that you can click and watch from your house, okay?
Oh, but I don't know how to.
They're all on the website, and I just sent your family a website so you can go to the website and watch it, okay? Does anybody else have any questions? Okay, I will see you guys all tomorrow on Wednesday. Yes, Sage?
Can you text my mommy about the video?
Yep, I can text it to her. Yes, Katerine, are you raising your hand? No. Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you're doing your hard work, but also having some time to play and have fun at home. And I will see you for morning meeting in the morning. Bye, guys.
Bye, Miss Harrington.
I miss you all. See you later. See you soon.
Bye, Miss Harrington.